Consider this, a fascinating tour into the life of an extraordinary woman, a story about passion, determination, and a lot of sass. Prepare to be enthralled by the secrets of Gloria Steinem as we uncover the amazing biography of an 81-year-old powerhouse who has left an unforgettable mark on history. Join us as we peel back the layers of Gloria Steinem's incredible life to unveil its mysteries. Prepare to be surprised with a burst of youthful vitality that defies age and preconceptions. Gloria Steinem, a feminist icon, novelist, and activist, has had a tumultuous relationship with her appearance since the beginning of her career. The early feminists referred to the woman as the beautiful one, which was a designation that irritated the woman. She claims that she was attractive prior to the rise of feminism, but that it was only after the movement's advent that she truly blossomed into a beautiful person. She said that their status had increased in some way as a result of their appearance, which did not conform to the conventional expectations that are placed on feminists. Some people had the belief that if a woman was successful in attracting a male, she would renounce her commitment to the feminist cause. Our narrative begins in the exciting city of Toledo, Ohio, which is located in the state of Ohio. It was there that a young Gloria Steinem began her journey to become the courageous pioneer that we know and admire today. We will take you on a journey through time as we take you to the community in which Gloria spent her formative years, recreating the atmosphere of her early surroundings. Gloria Steinem had a natural inclination for righteousness even when she was a child. Our travels take us back to 1963, the year in which Gloria's path crossed with a reporting assignment that would forever alter the course of her life. She found herself in the position of reporting on a hearing regarding the working conditions of women. During the course of that project, she had an up-close and personal experience with the injustice and discrimination that women suffer. She understood at that moment that it was her duty to bring awareness to the aforementioned problems and to lobby for their resolution. The journey was never simple for her, but she was driven by the desire to bring about a future in which women might thrive without the constraints of society. In 1969, when preparations were being made for a gathering that would go down in history books, the Women's Liberation Conference was held in New York City. Standing in front of a group of feisty and determined women who were ready to disrupt the established order was a defining experience for me. When Gloria Steinem and her other activists came to the streets to organize rallies and marches, we were able to witness the fervor and determination with which they demanded equality and an end to gender-based discrimination. When Gloria Steinem and her other activists came to the streets to organize rallies and marches, we were there to see the fervor and resolve with which they demanded equality and an end to gender-based discrimination. She came to the conclusion that the struggle for equality was not confined to a single nation or to a certain category of women. It was a fight on a worldwide scale, and we all needed to stand in solidarity with one another. As she got older, people began to notice her less for her appearance, and she found it to be liberating. She wants people to listen to her. She may be 81 years old, but she still maintains a stunning beauty and, like most people, puts effort into how she looks. She definitely gives some consideration to how she appears, she says. They make an effort to appear as they do in real life. Does that make sense? They don't want to hide the fact that they are joyful and at ease with themselves. Steinem granted an exclusive interview to People in 2017 for the publication's World's Most Beautiful edition. She shared her thoughts on beauty, her aversion to plastic surgery, and her notion that women of any age can wear motorcycle belts with studs. She was quite open and honest about her opinions. The reporter had a question regarding Botox as well as fillers. They are interested in learning more about cosmetic surgery. They decided against getting Botox. She does not employ any fillers in their work. They have never given plastic surgery a second thought. Although she is currently in their 20s, they have been coloring their hair for many years. According to what she said, only God is aware of what is down there. The activity is carried out once every few months by her. You won't have to visit the stores frequently if you buy those terrible-sounding Tween Times crayons, which are tiny crayons. Does he or she work hard to stay slim? They do physical activity on occasion. Because Gloria Steinem's father and sister both spent the majority of their lives weighing more than 300 pounds, she has always been concerned about their own weight. Therefore, it is the same as growing up in a family of alcoholics, except that none of them drink. They are not very cautious, and they enjoy food very much. They insist that they can binge without going overboard. They're like the human version of the Penguin from Batman, always waddling around but never actually going anywhere. Does she feel bad about their neck, like Nora Ephron did? They said it wasn't that terrible of an experience. At a young age, Nora Ephron started having negative feelings about the size of her breasts. Simply put, she had a negative outlook on herself and her life in general. They were troubled by the articles that were written by another person concerning her breasts and neck, and they had no idea what the writer was thinking when they wrote such articles. Why would they never consider cosmetic surgery? Recent events include her giving a presentation to a reading club in Florida that raises money for services for older persons. A troubling aspect of the situation is the extent to which plastic surgery has taken control. They would look a lot better if they didn't have that on. When she looked out and saw hundreds upon hundreds of other people's faces, she felt like crying because so many of them had hair extensions, artificial lips, and false breasts. According to the user's statement, the culture makes it abundantly evident that it is gendered. According to the statement, men do not feel the need to do it to the same degree as women. But they are genetically blessed. She is unaware of the situation. Their neck is sagging. Everything is sagging. Their skin is awful to look at. However, so what? They are worried that no one would take what they have to say seriously if they got plastic surgery. Talking to someone who has had botched plastic surgery is similar to having a conversation with someone who has a lousy hairpiece. They are completely preoccupied with this one item. Is there any particular look they aim for as they've gotten older? They are merely donning the same clothes they have always worn. Recently, she went in to buy a men's Harley-Davidson store after seeing a motorcycle belt with studs and sequins displayed in the business's window. She ended up purchasing the belt. The person appeared to be rather shocked by the news. She is well aware of the importance of projecting an image of coolness, but they do occasionally have the thought that an 83-year-old woman should not be seen in public wearing a motorcycle belt. However, they continue to do it nonetheless. Does she think about looking sexy? It's possible that after a person hits the age of 70, they'll lose interest in having a sexual life. They have no desire to engage in sexual activity. Therefore, the concept of being sexually attractive is like saying, hello, they now have all those brain cells for something else. She notes that the culture is extremely sexualized, which makes it challenging to explain that one does not miss it. It is neither better nor worse than before. They consider it to be unique in its own right. Many elderly people find a new appreciation for intimacy and connection as they age, which is often expressed through non-sexual activities such as spending time together, enjoying shared hobbies, and engaging in meaningful conversations. And there you have it, the amazing trip through Gloria Steinem's secrets. But our adventure doesn't end here. We want to know what you think. Did you find yourself in Gloria Steinem's story? Do you have any burning questions or ideas you'd like to share? Leave a comment. And hey, show off your talent. We'd love to see the artwork, jokes, or even a dance that was inspired by Gloria Steinem's love of life.